This video will demonstrate the steps involved for the Distance Education Office to obtain instructor PowerPoint and Articulate files and prepare a finished presentation for use in Blackboard. The process has been divided up into 5 steps. Step 1 is obtaining the needed files, beginning immediately following. Step 2 is prepping the presentation, beginning at about 2 minutes and 45 seconds. Step 3 is audio level and player, beginning at about 6 minutes. Step 4 is publish, beginning at about 7 minutes and 20 seconds. And the 5th step is upload and link, beginning at about 10 minutes and 30 seconds. Look for the blue annotation squares preceding each step. Instructors will use Studio 13 Articulate Presenter installed in PowerPoint on their computer to add narration to their presentation. Now, Presenter produces a PowerPoint, which is a PPTX file, and an Articulate file, which is a PPTA. Both of these are needed to prepare the Articulate presentation. The PowerPoint Share option can produce an Articulate package, a zip package, containing the 2 files. The Articulate Publish tool can also be used to produce a zip folder. However, this folder does not contain the files that you need. Now, since the zip package as well as the PPTA file is almost always too large to share via email, ask the instructor to load the zip package or both individual files onto their OneDrive and share the link with you. Clicking on that invitation opens a window something like this. So you would select the files that you need, the PPTA and the PPTX, and then click Download. Save the file to the Z drive, Distance Education Work Study, and _ Work Study folders. Then locate the appropriate course folder, particular course itself. Create a master folder that contains the year. Greatly helps to keep older and newer versions separate. So we click there. Already have a folder created. Let's rename our file, and now we'll save. Right-click to extract the files. Remove the duplicate file or folder name at the end of the browse, and then extract. To open the presentation, click on the PowerPoint file, which will also automatically open the Articulate file. Click Enable Editing. I suggest saving the file using descriptive title. In this case, I'll use Chapter 15 Part 2 presentation. When saving with a new name, an Articulate file with the same name will automatically be created. Click the Animations tab and then click Animation Pane. Now you're going to review content for each of the slides. One thing to look for is SmartArt, like we have here, which causes problems with Presenter. Publisher PowerPoints may often use SmartArt. Click on the SmartArt so that the entire figure is selected. Not this, but this. Right-click on the SmartArt and click Convert to Shapes. Look for smaller fonts like these. Try to increase them up to at least size 18. On a SmartArt figure, it may be necessary to resize or to adjust the figure to make things fit. Check for color contrast between text and background. Change the text or the background color if necessary to achieve good contrast. If the animation pane shows that animations are being used, check to see how the notes information here compares with the slide content. If it is difficult to see how they go together, the animation probably should be deleted. Another concern is the length of the presentation. When the number of slides reaches 35 or 40, a presentation is a candidate to split. Here in a different presentation, you can see in the bottom left corner that we have 44 total slides. And going through the slide, we see that in slide 20 there's a drop quiz, and then principle 4 begins after that. So between slides 20 and 21 would be a natural break point to divide this presentation. I would create a part 2 version of the presentation. Now before I go deleting any slides here, I want to go to Audio Editor and make sure that all the audio is there. With the audio editor open, I don't see any gaps, so I know all the audio is present. That means I can X out of here. And then I will begin to highlight from slide 2 down to through slide 20. I right click, select delete slide. I'm going to use new title slide. Then I'll copy the contents of the title slide into the new title slide. So as you can see, I added part 2 to the title, and I eliminated the old title slide. The reason for doing that is to eliminate the audio for the title slide, which wouldn't apply to part 2. Here you can see that I've opened the original presentation, added part 1 to the title, eliminated slides 21 through 44, and I've saved it now with part 1 in the title. So we select the Articulate tab, and then we click on Audio Editor. When the audio levels are low like this, press Ctrl A to select all of the slides, then click on Volume, and we'll go up to 100% and OK. We can see that the last half of the presentation still needs to have the audio boosted, so we put the cursor where the volume needs to be increased and we drag it all the way across, and then go back to volume and raise it 100% again. Actually, it could even go another 100%. Now it's good to go, so we would click Save and Close. To adjust the player, we click on Player, then Current Player, Open, and DE Player. Then we would check the menu items here for the slides to see if there are several with similar names. If they were, we would use the menu item here, and we could click on a particular item and use the demote button to make it a sub slide of the one before. Once we're finished with that, we click OK. Click Publish, select Web, edit the title if necessary, and choose the folder where the presentation will be saved. Now Articulate recommends the default folder or folder on the C drive. The files will then need to be moved to the Z drive, the Distance Education Work Study folder. However, as an FYI, I personally have saved dozens of presentations directly to the Z drive without any problems. Now I've changed the folder to which the presentation will be saved. These 3 boxes underneath Publishing for HTML5 and mobile devices should be checked. So you're ready to click Publish and wait for the publishing to take place. Here in the Publish Successful window, click on Zip to create a zip folder. The save location should be the default drive where the presentation was published, so click Save. A new File Explorer window will open, which you can close. And here in Publish Successful, also close. Now we're going to publish the printable version, so we click Publish once more. This time we click on Word, and we change the title to have printable version. The folder location should remain the same, so we're ready to click Publish. This time in the Publish Successful window, we're going to click View Document. To edit the document, click the Layout tab, select Orientation and Portrait, then select Margins. You probably need to use custom margins to set it up. I have presets here of 0.8 all around. Click anywhere in the Presentation Details slide and right-click, select Delete Table. Click anywhere in the left column and right-click to select Delete Columns. Now move the right border over to roughly equidistant to the margin on the left side. Click up above the top border and use Delete to remove the extra line. Scroll down and double click to select the text or the footer. Delete it. Close the header and footer. And you want to select the text in all of the boxes. Increase the font size by clicking once on this icon. Then you would use Save As to rename the document. When you've edited the name, then click Save as Type and change it to Word Document and click Save. Now do a Save As once more and Save as Type PDF. Now you're ready to close the Word document, to close Publish Successful, and close the presentation in PowerPoint. To open the course where the presentation will be located, under Course Management, to the right of Content, click on the arrow. If necessary, create a folder or use the existing Articulate presentation folders. Click to open it. You can see that we need a Chapter 15 Part 2, so we'll create a folder. We click on it to open it. We use Upload Zip Package, browse my computer, find Chapter 15 Part 2, and make sure that we have the presentation. This is the one we're going to upload. So we double click on it, click Submit, and wait. Now that the package is loaded, we use the Go to Parent Folder icon to go up one level, and now we're back to the main level, and we need to upload the printable version. Since we already have that folder, we click on it to open it and use Upload Files. Browse my computer to locate our two printable versions. I always include the Word document so that the instructor could make changes if they wish. So now we can see that we've got our Chapter 15 Part 2 loaded. Going to the unit now where the presentation will be located, we edit the content item. If there were a previous link here to Part 2, we'd click on it and we'd use the Remove Link to eliminate it. But we don't need to do that. We need to add a link, so we'll do that. Now that the link text is located, I highlight this, use the Insert Edit link, open in a new window, use the Browse Content Collection to the Articulate Presentations, Chapter 15, Part 2. We always want this presentation HTML5 file to be utilized. So we select the HTML5, do Submit, Insert. Now we highlight the printable version, do something similar. Open in a new window, browse the content collection, go to the printable versions, and we're going to use the PDF for Chapter 15 Part 2. We submit, insert, submit. We click on the presentation to make sure that it opens and that there's audio, and we click on the printable version to make sure that it opens. And that completes the process.